Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, wrestling fans, and welcome to Body Slam Your Ears. I am Steve Fall, and Issa is over there, I think, wrapping presents from the noise she's making. But welcome to the show.
I am opening a mouse for my computer. Shut up.
All right. I don't know if you know, it's not Christmas time. But folks, WrestleMania season is here, and Monday Night Raw certainly shaped it up. They announced a few more matches. They created more storylines. So let's jump into it. Edge,
Hell yeah.
Edge with his wild lion mane hair has asked for AJ Styles. He demanded a challenge. He got it, and then he beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, like what the fuck was that? AJ Styles comes out nicely, accepts his challenge. Clearly, this must be a hair jealousy issue. I guarantee you, Edge, as soon as AJ Styles came out and he saw, wow, this man is in his 40s and his hair looks like that and mine is all dry and I have all these split ends. I don't fuck with this. And you saw how it ended.
It's going to be a hair versus hair match, obviously, at WrestleMania.
No, then AJ better win. I don't know if I told you this, but I touched AJ Styles' hair.
I do. Now, did he reveal his secrets to you?
Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel, you guys.
It's on her YouTube. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Slip that advertisement in right there. Take a left, take a right, you're there.
Did you, like, I know that we talk positive, negative, whatever it is that we got to talk about and depending on the subject, right? Mm-hmm. But when WWE gets it right, they get it right. Because this was a dream match, right? Like, the way that I see it is like, we wanted this. AJ's music could have hit, they could have shook hands, and I would have been just as excited. But that went from, we're getting what we want, to possibly the best build-up in a matter of 5 minutes.
I know.
When they are on, it's amazing what they can pull off.
Because you're right. They could have easily just been like, hey, it's me, AJ Styles, everybody. Yeah. I want to fight you, Edge. Is that okay? Can I fight you? And Edge is like, yep. And then that's it. And then dream match would have promos of dream matches.
The match, also, but it's the caliber of guys that we're getting in this match. They're not just going to half-ass it, right? Edge is talking about wanting to make a WrestleMania, and I think this is, AJ has a legacy. He fought Undertaker, like AJ, it's just the level of professionalism, and I think both of these guys understand for the fans. Like, this one is for the fans, right? You can book Logan Paul, you can book this other motherfucker. AJ Styles and Edge is for the hardcore fans, and they're gonna give us what we want.
True. And they can even harp back on, I think they're going to, because I know people love that shit, where Edge returned and speared AJ in the Royal Rumble, which gave him an injury. So that could lead into something as well.
I've been wanting this match. The fact that they managed to, and they kept, I didn't like AJ Styles' run as a tag team wrestler. I popped when Edge called him a tag team bitch last night, because you know how much I hated it. But I've been wanting that match ever since that moment. So it does need to be brought up at some point, because as soon as those two had that moment that the camera missed, remember the camera actually missed the spear to AJ Styles.
Yeah.
But I wanted that match ever since that moment. I think it might have been the first person, and I know this sounds crazy, but as soon as Edge music hits, and I was like, holy shit, who do I want to see Edge against? It was Seth Rollins and AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. So I got in 2 out of 3. I'm about to go 3 out of 3 on my dream matches for a returning Edge.
Wow. Listen to you, you Edge head. Yes, Edge.
No, I don't like Edge.
Oh.
But I like when my favorite wrestle Edge. Does that make sense? Like, when you have somebody that, I think he's on my top 10 of all time, don't get me wrong, right? But when somebody's so good and you have so much respect that you really want your favorites to fucking fight him. You know what I mean? Like, there's a couple of wrestlers that do that for you that I'm like, okay, is he on my top 3 right now? No, but do I want my top 3 to fight him? Yeah. So I feel like that puts him up there for my all-time favorites. But I wanted to see my favorite beat him, right? Because that's what a returning legend should be doing. And Edge is doing that. Edge is doing it. He put over Roman Reigns. He put over Seth Rollins. They went back and forward. They each got wins on each other. Let's see how this goes. I'm very curious about this one.
And I think, because you brought up Edge's past, he's reached a level that it doesn't matter how many times. He has to win a few matches, obviously. He has to win a few.
Right.
But, he doesn't have to win them all. Like Goldberg losing over and over again really tainted who Goldberg was supposed to be presented as. If Edge lost every damn time he wrestled, well, then he'd lose that cachet about himself.
Right. Right. And I appreciate that they went through with the heel turn because I did think that last year, because the storyline was so congested
So
with
weird.
Bryan and Roman Reigns, I feel like Edge was doing like a bit of a tweener thing, right? He was a face, he was a heel. I love seeing him going to this as a full heel. And like, I feel like his feud with Roman Reigns, because Bryan was also involved, and Roman is like the biggest heel at the moment. He had to play like both sides of the fence. No, I want to see him go full fucking Edge, like the guy that we remember, and that's what showed up last night. I thought both heel turns last night were very, very well executed.
Yes, let's talk about the other one. Finn Balor is the new United States champion.
Boo!
And, all right, well, Damian Priest pretty much went undefeated for like 200 days as U.S. champion. So let's give, I can't clap because I'm driving and profiling right now, but
wait, I got you.
There we go. So Damian Priest, hell of a run for a U.S. champion. Hell of a run. He's fighting everybody.
Longest reigning U.S. champ since 2014, I believe.
Well, there you go, folks. That's a long time ago. It feels like it's not, but it really is, which is more messed up in my brain.
Though, right? I feel the same way. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but somebody was asking me today. They're like, "Oh, how long have you been talking wrestling?" And I'm like, "Oh, since like 2015, not too long." And they're like, "That's like 7 years." And I'm like, "Oh shit." Because 2015 doesn't feel that far away in my brain. So no, I get what you're saying.
Yes, it does not. But it looks like Damian Priest and Finn Balor are going to be heading into WrestleMania as an undercard U.S. Championship match. And it's going to be very interesting because you have Priest, who is like half demon, half saint. And you have Finn Balor, who can go full demon. So are we going to see like a clash of demons?
I don't think Damian is like the Antichrist. I guess, I don't know, maybe, but I'm excited. I personally like the promo that he cut after he lost about not having the crowd's respect. I will say, and I'm overanalyzing here, he was just doing his job. He had the crowd. It was when they started changing his gimmick that everybody was like, what the fuck is happening? But he was getting some huge pops on the beginning of his run when he was still doing the Archer entrance and all that. So, but I get it. You know, he has to blame it on someone. Okay, fine. I'd rather him do that explanation than just not because he lost the title. You know, like he said, "Fuck you guys." Like, I've been busting my ass every week. I feel like he was throwing shade at the IC title that never gets defended on SmackDown. You know, he's true. He was there every week defending it. So let him snap. And he fucking yeeted Finn Balor on the announce table, bro. Like, he threw him.
Yeah, man. He deserved it. He ruined his title reign, damn it.
Yes.
He ruined it.
Agreed.
But I just really hope Damian Priest gets a match against Finn Balor at WrestleMania because last year he was in probably one of the top 4 matches of WrestleMania weekend. And if he's left off that and gets put inside like a battle royal or some shit like that, that would suck.
Wait, what did Finn do last year? Don't tell me. What did Finn do last year?
I can't remember. Was he hurt?
I can't remember. He might have been hurt, or maybe he was in NXT. I can't remember. He might have been on NXT.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think he was at Stand and Deliver, maybe.
Yeah, he was. But I'm excited.
There you go. That's how sad that is. Isn't that sad? You can't remember what Finn Balor did last year?
Exactly. And a star of the caliber of Finn Balor. And I'm here for this feud. I like I like that they're going to let Finn be a face. We'll see if he goes demon, because the demon has been face. But, yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's funny that the dirt sheets a few weeks ago were reporting that WWE had no plans for Finn Balor whatsoever. Now he's holding a title. It's like, which one is it? You know?
That's the problem. That's the problem with those websites. Some days, 100% accurate. You're like, damn, how'd they get that? Yeah. Other times I'm like, how did you get this so wrong?
I don't like the ones of creative has no plans, because it's like a lot of these shows are booking show to show. So how do you know they have no plans if they only have the script for this week? Maybe they don't have him on the show this week, but you don't know what he's doing next week. You know, so don't say that just because they said, oh no, he's not on the show today. You go and report that, and it's just like that's not the case. Oh my God, don't crash, please.
No, I'm not crashing. Some person who has a weird ass trail in the back of his truck almost took me out. I'm fine though, everybody. I'm fine. Just like how I'm fine with, see that transition? Just like I'm fine with the women's tag team titles are on the line. Carmella and Vega versus Naomi and Sasha Banks. Team Bad is back, baby. What the hell's going on?
Listen, I gotta tell you something about this, right?
As soon as Naomi announced it,
I popped. You know, something for Sasha to do. We only have 2 titles, and the title matches are made. The tag team titles need to be re-elevated. So I was rooting for Naomi and Sasha. But now Carmella is talking about a live sex celebration. So now I don't even know if I want to root for Carmella and Selena just so that I can see that.
Oh my God. On the season finale of Corey and Carmella.
She might have just turned face with that, because now everybody's going to be like, well, I would like to see it.
No shit, you know? Wow. I did see that, but now that you got me thinking, it's like, I'm sorry, Sasha Banks. I love you to pieces. Naomi, love you to pieces. But I hope you lose so we can get a live sex celebration.
Based on Corey and Carmella and how that show is going, they're going to celebrate no matter what happens, okay? So it's okay. Corey Graves is going to get some regardless.
No shit. I've only seen clips of that show, and I'm not going to watch it probably until maybe I will watch it, but at the same time, every time I see a clip, Carmella, it's like these people, they wake up and they're beautiful. Like, she didn't wake up and have her hair done. She didn't wake up and have all that makeup on her face, okay? Just, right. And people believe that, but people believe. That's the problem. People believe reality TV shows that these people wake up and they're beautiful. That's not true. It takes a lot of work sometimes.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. I have to schedule an hour of my time just to get ready before I do my live streams.
See? That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine me forcing you to do these daily?
Live on camera, I will probably be ready, but I will have to know what time, you know. But that's the thing. They don't wake up like that. No, you're absolutely right. They don't wake up like that. And Carmella has been very big on her wine company social media about unfiltered and all of that. So we all know what Carmella looks like, but yeah, they don't wake up like that.
No.
There's a scene in which they're working out, and even then she looks beautiful. And I'm like, girl, nobody looks like that at the gym.
No. It's like, oh, is that even sweat on her face? Like, I think she's sweating champagne. This is so strange. What's going on here?
Exactly. Did you hear the rumors about Randy Orton possibly being injured?
No.
Oh, well, I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently, like that, when Montez Ford hit that frog splash on him to finish the match last night, the knee landed on his shoulder. You know, Randy has had shoulder issues, so a lot of people were just wondering if he was like. It appeared that he's hurt. Montez Ford tweeted that everybody's healthy, but we don't know. A lot of people are reporting that this morning. I saw it from Cultaholic and a couple of other people. So I don't know if he is injured or not. But an injury weeks before WrestleMania, that's like tragic.
It does suck, but honestly, like you brought up how you didn't like AJ in a tag team, you know, Randy Orton in a tag team. How does that, him being injured into this WrestleMania, to be honest, what does that affect? What matches that?
I mean, I do think if they were going to go for a breakup of RK Bro, I think people would have been invested, especially if Riddle was the one to turn, you know. But I'm just over here fantasy booking at this point because I have no clue what they have for them. They're over, so it's like, why break them up? I feel like RK Bro is pretty over with the crowds. I like Randy as a singles wrestler myself. You know how I feel about made-up tag teams, except for the women's division, because they kind of like don't have an option. Right. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, but I just had to mention how every time WrestleMania is in Dallas, Texas, big stars get injured. Look, we have Bobby Lashley already kind of out, you know, and it's just like, remember the last WrestleMania, John Cena got injured, Seth Rollins got injured. Like, there was a lot of people that were not able to be in the card because of that. So it's just like, I feel like maybe there's something wrong with Texas. Maybe Kevin Owens is onto something.
That was a huge story heading into one WrestleMania. It was Triple H and Seth Rollins, and Samoa Joe was choking out Rollins from behind and like grabbed him in his whole leg, like twisted off his body. I remember that. That was that was scary.
No, but that was like but I'm talking like WrestleMania 32 is the one where he was out. Remember when he had that ACL injury? He has to relinquish the title and all that. So I remember John Cena. He came out to help out The Rock. Nobody was expecting him because he was also injured back then, but. I'm just saying, maybe there's something wrong with Texas. I think Kevin Owens is onto something with his hate speech towards Texas.
Shoosh! That's all I have to say to you. Shoosh! My favorite new tag team in the world. I bought 2. That's right, 2 Alpha Academy shirts. That's right, folks. I'm a supporter.
Wow.
And I haven't bought a wrestling shirt in like a decade maybe. And except for my Braun Strowman hoodie. Except for my Braun Strowman hoodie.
I bought the Bad Bunny T-shirts at the Royal Rumble. I couldn't help myself.
Okay. But yes, also it seemed, now maybe I'm reading into things, there was a 3-on-3 match between all the women, but it seemed like when Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley were like face to face, they were agreeing on working together and doing brutality and whatever. But like then I'm starting to think, like, could we see Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan at WrestleMania? Or are we just gonna have championship matches and that's it?
I mean, they gotta do some kind of battle royal, right?
But then you only have 3 women's matches. 2, they'll all be for the championships.
4. If you do a battle royal, the 2 titles and the tag titles.
I don't count the battle royal. I don't count the battle royal as a match.
But no, I agree. I do think we need to build some kind of like grudge feud, and it can be. I mean, we have a couple of weeks left to build something here.
Of course.
Speaking of that match, Bianca whipped the shit out of Becky with her hair.
Yeah, and now I actually believe like Bianca has more of like a ruthless aggression, because before it just always felt like she was just happy to be there. Like, hey everybody, I want to win the match, but hey, if I lose, it stinks, But I'll do better tomorrow. I'm like, come on, man, I don't give a shit about that type of character. I need you to be pissed off you lost in 36 seconds at SummerSlam.
Yeah, exactly. Agreed. And this is the Bianca we all fell in love. See, you said ruthless aggression and you trigger my dog.
I know,
those are triggering words for him. But I love seeing this version of Bianca. I always pop for the hair spot. I'm glad she doesn't always use it though, because it makes it that much more impactful when she does uses it, so I just really like it. Again, we talked about this yesterday. I am so invested into Becky and Bianca. It's not even funny. And also, listen to my transition. Speaking of things that we talked about yesterday, they kind of teased this whole Austin Theory being the one that's going to step up for Vince McMahon. Did you see?
Yes, I did.
Which was my theory yesterday. No pun intended.
Your Austin Theory.
Yeah. Actually, that happened. That happened by accident, but I'll take credit for that.
You'll take care. You cash those checks.
I thought that Vince McMahon has to have somebody fight for him. I don't see Vince McMahon fighting right now, and I do think that I felt like that's what was teased last night on Raw.
Me too. And it's funny you say that, because I was about to bring that up. Yeah, what if Pat McAfee tries to jump you? I mean, I could be right there. I'll be right there. I got your back, says Austin Theory. But Vince says, no, it's not one of those types of shows. We'll see.
Yeah, that's what he said, even though Brock Lesnar was in there breaking fucking tables last week. But okay, Vince.
Yeah.
I feel it's going to be super interesting, because when Austin Theory brought up how long it's been since Vince McMahon did a sit-down interview, I think the last one he did was the Stone Cold podcast. Remember? That was years ago.
Yeah, we talked about it already yesterday. Dean Ambrose was terrible.
So it's gonna, no. I'm just talking about Vince doing interviews. It's actually very rare. So I'm actually excited for it.
Me too. Yeah. Again, this podcast pretty much today is about how WrestleMania is shaping up. And I'm happy with it shaping up. And there's also big deals with WWE and A&E. They announced a multi-year expansion of their successful programming partnership, commissioning 130 new hours of content on cable television. That's pretty cool.
Oh my God, my dog got the zoomies right now. He's going crazy.
That's quite all right. But yeah. So now they're gonna have more content on A&E, more biographies, more going on the hunt looking for WWE treasures. So another story about rivalry. So pretty cool stuff. Yep. So obviously the WWE is holding off on documentaries on Peacock because they want to sell it to other TV stations, which pisses me off, but I get it.
I get it too. It's a business decision. It's like, why give it to these people who already paid us where we could get even more money? Like, there's no, they just reported $1 billion in revenue. They didn't do that by making dumb business decisions. So I get it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And they're still sitting on that Lex Luger documentary. Anyone in the WWE, if you have it, please accidentally hit the upload button. Just do it. 24, because they had a Yokozuna one. I watched a Yokozuna one when I was in the doctors because I got a concussion. That's what I did when I was laying down getting checked out. I watched a whole Yokozuna. It was great. The Bulldog had one. Beth Phoenix had one. And Lex Luger was supposed to have one.
Yep. I remember they advertised it and everything, and then it just never came out.
I know. Makes me very upset. But, you know,
hey,
also...
did you watch BTE yesterday?
No. No.
Did you not see the Young Bucks started the show in front of WWE corporate offices?
Oh my God.
I popped. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
AEW is going to the West Coast, so LA is finally getting an AEW show. I'm excited for them. I know they've been begging for one for a while.
Well, they probably finally looked at because the reason, I don't think people understand why people go to travel in certain areas, because based on airports, hotels, location, are the ratings doing well in those towns and cities so they can sell tickets and not just show up there and not sell it out just because a few people in LA want it to be there, People don't understand that. You got to do the homework to figure it out.
Let's throw in there the time zone difference. I still am mad at that freaking WrestleMania 31 when Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker came out to fucking daylight. I will never get over that. Because that is actually one of my favorite Bray Wyatt entrances ever, because he had the scarecrow and he would touch him and they would come alive. Remember? Imagine that in the dark. That would have slapped. It would have.
Was that the same year Sting versus Triple H, right?
Yes, they also came out in the daylight.
Yeah. Sting, who's like known to like live in the shadows, is coming out with the sun out.
Yeah, he was fucking sweating. He was squinting and everything.
Yeah.
The only match that happened at nighttime was the main event, and nighttime felt like as Brock was coming out, that you can still see daylight in the sky. I think that it's a big deal. It's a big deal, and like I went to SummerSlam and it was during daylight. It's just at the stadium they didn't have it open, so you really couldn't. It didn't affect the viewing experience.
Oh, good.
That WrestleMania 31 was, but I don't like when they're coming out during the day. Like, what the fuck is that? No. The Toyota Center is indoors, so we won't see that. But every time we talk about the West Coast, I have to bring up the Bray Wyatt Undertaker daylight entrances.
Of course, no, you have, and that was terrible. You can't do that. You cannot do that. It just ruins the whole mystique of everyone. Like, oh, he got dark mystical powers. Why does he have a lantern if the sun's out?
I will say one thing though, if you're traveling, like I remember SummerSlam, like you have so much time afterwards because they end so early local time. So if you're there, you can go have drinks, party afterwards. You really can. Oh, nice. Where to us in the East Coast, you know how it is. The shows end and it's almost like fucking 1 a.m. You're just going home.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I have to go to work tomorrow. Like, I need to get home. You don't park you don't park in the arena. You park away from the arena, so when you leave, you can get in your car and actually get out at a decent time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know the tricks. But
yeah,
folks,
we've been to enough shows to know all the tricks.
Oh yeah. But folks, it's time for me to end the show. I gotta go earn some money doing some other things. Naked dancing. I'm sorry. What? Anyways, I've been Steve Fall. You can follow me on Twitter at Steve Fall. You can follow Isa on all of our social media accounts. She has like every single one that ever existed in humanity. So thank you so much. But we end the show the same way we do every time we podcast together. On Body Slamming Ears, what do we say to the good people?
Adios.
Adios.